All right. All right. All right. Got a late show coming. Ain't really late. We just pop out. You know what I mean? We just pop out. Slide through. Got a show on the Black Towns that's underwater today. We're gonna do some breakdown and some bust down and all the rounds to that. So let me go share and yeah. You share also, subscribe. We'll be back. All right, all right, all right, all right. We went to share. All right. Black towns underwater today. Let's do a little something on this. And then we'll see what we got for the next couple up and coming topic. Give me one more second. All right, here we go. Black towns underwater today. My apologies for the delay. All right. Let's see. Let me switch phones. All right, here we go. Several historical black towns and communities in the U.S. Were flooded, either intentionally or as a result of infrastructure projects like dams. So I guess it was just that important to build a fucking dam. And reservoirs. These submerged towns represent a significant loss of black generational wealth, history, and culture. We're gonna give you an examples in a second. Hold on, y'all. I got people keep calling in. Hold on for a second. Un momento. What's happening? Okay, hold on. I don't know what happened to the image. Phone bugging out. Technical difficulties. Real quick, y'all. We're going to get to it either way. We're going to get to it. All right, here we go. Oscarville, Georgia. Once a thriving black community, Oscarville was destroyed following racial violence in 1912. The area was later flooded to create Lake Lanier. The area was later flooded to create Lake Lanier in the 1950s, a reservoir that has been the site of many mysteries, drownings, and accidents. Ain't that something? You think you just go, I guess you think you would just bury all that, huh? Seneca Village, New York, a prominently black settlement in Manhattan, forcefully removed in the 1850s to make a way for Central Park. While not underwater, it was effectively, quote unquote, erased from history, similar to submerged black towns. Vanport, Oregon, established as a wartime housing project for black workers. Vanport was Oregon's largest black community in the 1940s. A 1948 flood destroyed the entire town, displacing its residents permanently. Edentonville, Florida, partially impacted. One of the first self-governing black towns. Parts of Edentonville were threatened by nearby water projects. While not fully submerged, urban development and environmental changes have threatened its land and historical integrity. Coagula and Titus, Alabama. Two black communities were flooded in the 1920s to create Lake Martin for hydroelectric power. Homes, churches, and businesses were lost beneath the lake's waters. All right, hold on. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? Make sure our youth know this. Different adults maybe need to know this. You know, teens and tweens maybe need to know this. Make this mandatory in school and do Black history and all that in school and all that, and not just overall throughout it should just be part of the, you know, somebody's curriculum. Henrico and Marytown, Virginia. These communities were submerged to create Lake Gadsden and the John H. Kerr Reservoir in the mid-20th century. Impact on generational wealth. The destruction of these communities cut off opportunities for Black land ownership, business growth, and generational wealth accumulation. Instead of passing down property and resources, many towns were displaced with little to no compensation. Estimated exact Estimating the exact wealth lost due to the flooding of Black towns is difficult, but historians and economists suggest it it amounts to billions of dollars in today's value. Here's why. Key factors in wealth loss: land and property value. Many of these communities owned farmland, homes, businesses, and churches that were destroyed or taken. Example, Oscarville, Georgia, parentheses, Lake Lanier. If Black families had kept their land, its value today could be in the hundreds of millions due to its location near Atlanta. Business and economic growth. Black businesses, including general stores, barbershops, and farms, were often thriving before displacement. Losing these businesses meant losing generational income, reducing the ability to pass down wealth. Forced relocation and low compensation. The U.S. government or local officials often paid low or no compensation when seizing land for reservoirs or parks. Families forced to relocate were pushed into poverty and urban areas with limited resources. Missed investment and appreciation. Land values in many of these areas have skyrocketed over time. Example, Seneca Village, New York, now Central Park. If Black landowners had retained ownership, their property would be worth billions today. Total wealth loss. Conservative estimates suggest the total economic loss from these flooded Black towns could range between 10 billion to 100 billion plus, when adjusted for land appreciation, inflation, and lost economic opportunities. If these towns had remained and grown like other white-owned communities or European-owned communities, they could have contributed to Black generational wealth at a scale comparable to affluent white suburbs. Let's break down the estimated wealth loss of Oscarville, Georgia, now Lake Lanier, as example. Oscarville, Georgia, wealth loss analysis. All right, quick commercial break, y'all. Quick commercial break. Be right back. All right, here we go. Land value, past and present. Oscarville was a self-sufficient black community with farms, homes, businesses, and churches before racial violence forced black residents out in 1912. In the 1950s, the U.S. government flooded the area to create Lake Lanier, destroying any remaining properties. Estimated value today, the lakefront properties around Lake Lanier now sell for between half a million to $2 million per home. If the black families had retained their land, they would own thousands of acres of high value lakefront property. The conservative estimate suggests the total land value could exceed $1 billion today. Business and economic loss. Black families in Oscarville ran businesses such as general stores, farms, and service industries. If those businesses had remained and grown over 100 years, they could have generated millions in wealth. Assuming just 100 black families lost businesses, that could have grown to a modest $500K net worth per family. That's 50 million in lost generational wealth. So the reason why I'm doing this show, we often talk about, the black towns, or some people often talk about or bring up or mention the black towns or different areas. I just wanted to, just do some estimations on, the wealth and the different opportunities and things that were lost also as well. Compounded generational wealth loss. If black families had their land and passed it down, its value would have compounded over time, which we know each original property had been worth just $10K in 1912, a small number even then, and it appreciated at an average rate of 7% annually. It would be worth over 10 million per family today. If 500 families were displaced, it's a total loss exceeding 5 billion. It's a total loss exceeding 5 billion. Total estimated wealth loss 5 billion to 10 billion. This estimate includes land appreciation, business losses, and generational economic setbacks. If black families had retained control of Oscarville, it could have become a thriving black economic hub like Atlanta's wealthy suburbs today. All right. Seneca Village, New York. Wealth loss analysis, land value, past and present. Seneca Village was a predominantly black community in Manhattan, founded in 1825. Black residents owned land, homes, churches, businesses before being forcefully removed in the 1850s to make way for Central Park. The city used eminent domain to seize the land, paying black landowners far less than its true value. Estimated land. So when people say reparations, a lot of people need to be talking about like it's just oh man, the land back in general. But yeah, estimated land value today is Seneca Village was located in what is now Central Park West, near some of the most expensive real estate in the world. The average cost of an apartment near Central Park today is between 3 million to 10 million. If the land had remained in black ownership and been developed over time, its value could be in the hundreds of billions today. Business and economic loss. Seneca Village had black-owned businesses, schools, and churches, which provided economic stability and growth. If these businesses had continued, they could have contributed to generations of black wealth in Manhattan. Assuming 100 black families, just assuming 100 black families lost land and business opportunities that could have grown to 5 million per family today. 5 million per family today. That's 500 million in lost generational wealth, compounded generational wealth loss. If each family's land was worth just 5K in 1855, and it appreciated at an average 7% annual rate, it will be worth over 200 million per family. Damn, today. With at least 200 black families displaced, that's a total potential loss of 40 billion, over 40 billion. Seneca Village had remained and developed like if Seneca Village had remained and developed like Harlem and or Brooklyn, it could have been a major black economic hub, contributing to trillions in black generational wealth. Trillions. Total estimated wealth loss, 40 billion to 100 billion plus. This estimate includes land appreciation, business losses, and generational economic setbacks. Seneca Village had, if Seneca Village had remained, it could have been a center of black wealth and power in New York City today. Hold on, y'all. Okay, here we go. Let's see. That's something else, man. That is something else. All right. While most historically black towns were flooded or taken in the early to mid 20th century, some have been impacted more recently due to urban renewable projects, gentrification, and environmental displacement. Here are some notable cases. Mossville, Louisiana, taken for industrial expansion. The 2010s. This is recently, 2010s. Founded in 1790s, by free black people, Mossville was one of the oldest black settlements in the U.S. The black town was taken over by petrochemical plants, particularly the Sasol Corporation, which bought out and demolished homes in the 2010s. This is in 2010. Many residents were forced out due to pollution and buyouts, and today the town is nearly completely erased. Wealth loss. Hundreds of black families lost homes and land worth millions today. Freedom, Georgia. I remember this one. Under pressure ongoing. A group of black families purchased 97 acres. I remember this video going around. A group of black families purchased 97 acres in Georgia in 2020 to create a safe community for black people. However, local zoning laws and infrastructure issues have made it difficult to develop. This mirrors older cases where black communities were legally strangled. Damn, man. Legally strangled before seized or lost. Legally strangled. Were legally strangled. Risk of loss. If the land is not developed quickly, it could be lost through taxes, lawsuits, or forced buyouts. These paper games, man. Lincoln Beach, Louisiana. Neglect and takeover. 2020s. Lincoln Beach was a thriving black resort community near New Orleans during segregation. After integration, the city shut it down and redirected funds to white beach areas. Today, there are movements to restore it, but private developers are trying to take over and gentrify the area. Wealth loss. If black ownership had remained, it could be worth tens of millions today. So when people say, well, how they holding us back? How they holding you back today? It's opportunity, man. This is stuff that's going on ongoing right now. You know what I'm saying? This is more recent stuff. So, I mean, the undermining and just oh man. All right. Gullah Geechee land. Coastal displacement ongoing. That's why it says ongoing. The Gullah Geechee people, descendants of enslaved Africans, have long lived on the coastal lands of South Carolina. Georgia and Florida, due to climate change, rising sea levels, and real estate development, much of their land is being lost or stolen through legal loopholes like Harris property laws, HEIRS property laws. I know some people have heard of it, some people maybe not. So there you go. This is just wealth loss. Thousands of acres of beachfront property that could be worth billions, are being taken or sold at undervalued prices. The Hill District, Pittsburgh, gentrification and displacement, 2010s to present. A once thriving black neighborhood known as quote unquote Little Harlem was targeted for urban renewal in the 1950s. In the 2010s, new stadiums, businesses, and luxury developments displaced remaining residents. Wealth loss, an estimated $1 billion in generational wealth erased due to land seizures and rising property values, pushing residents out. Recent and ongoing land losses. Recent and ongoing land losses. Loss. The pattern continues. Many black communities today face quote unquote flooding through legal, economic, and environmental forces rather than literal water. Rather than literal water. Mm. So when people think it's just so much different, it's just, whew, it's just so much, man. Hmm. The methods they used, industrial buyouts, Mossville, Louisiana, gentrification and rising taxes, Hill District, Pittsburgh, legal loopholes in land ownership, Gullah/Geechee lands, government neglect and forced relocations, Lincoln Beach, Louisiana. The destruction of the destruction and displacement of black towns, whether through flooding, eminent domain, industrial expansion, or gentrification, was driven by a combination of racism, economic greed, and systematic exclusion. Here's why it happens and continues to happen. Economic suppression, and theft of black wealth, Many black towns were self-sufficient and thriving economically, challenging the European economic power structure. Instead of allowing these towns to grow, authorities and businesses Instead of allowing these towns to grow, authorities and businesses found ways to seize the land or drive black people out. Example: Seneca Village, Central Park, NYC. Black landowners were forcefully removed, and the land, now some of the most valuable in the world, was taken without fair compensation. Racial violence and white supremacy. Some black towns were destroyed through mob violence, followed by government-backed land seizures. White mobs often attacked prosperous black communities under false pretenses, accusations of crime, racial fears. Example: Oscarville, Georgia, Lake Lanier. After racial violence drove out black residents in 1912, the government later flooded the land to create a reservoir. And you wonder why it's frustrating to see melanin people are still begging the same system, or the whoever we want to say, that did all of this to create the severe dependency on man. This shit is, man. Infrastructure and quote unquote urban renewal as a weapon. Infrastructure and quote unquote urban renewal as a weapon. Black neighborhoods were often targeted for highway construction, dams, and industrial projects, displacing thousands. See, this is why they got to do constant construction projects, because you wasn't supposed to. It was the nature's telling you that, these projects often benefited white communities while forcing black residents into poverty. Example: Vanport, Oregon, a major black working class city, was built in a flood zone without protection and then destroyed by a flood in 1948. Example: the Hill District, Pittsburgh, a black economic hub, was destroyed for a sports arena. A black economic hub was destroyed for a sports arena in the 1950s, displacing 8,000 people. So y'all, hey, if y'all loving some of these sports and some of these arenas, man, some of them, do the history on. Some of them were probably built on a black town, or they were destroyed just to build that. They would destroy the black town, or whatever you want to say, town, to build that arena, displacing 8,000 people. Environmental racism and industrial land grabs. Black communities have often been placed near toxic industries, and when corporations want the land, they force people out. Example: Mossville, Louisiana, a black town was destroyed by petrochemical pollution and corporate buyouts. Example: Gullah Geechee Gullah Geechee lands. Developers and rising sea levels are forcing Gullah people off their coastal lands. This is all stuff recent stuff to present. Legal manipulation, eminent domain, Harris property laws, tax increases. Governments and businesses use legal loopholes. That's why I be saying it's just pimping. It's just when they created this paper system, fam. This is when motherfuckers and all of these different legalese and these different terms and all of this stuff. This is how the finesses just and it's going on and been going on so long. It's just disturbing. You know what I mean? And then these other groups of whomever, Hispanics, whoever, I'm pretty sure Hispanics, or maybe they may know, but I'm pretty sure Chinese, Hispanics, or different groups, they might not be aware of. They may be aware of as far as certain aspects, but I'm sure they maybe not aware of how much actual wealth and potential wealth and things of that nature was undermined. And so that's what I'm saying. So a lot of, even maybe some African countries, they might be looking at what they call African Americans or black people or whatever have you, or indigenous people over here or whatever have you, as because again, we know the propaganda. However, they don't even understand just like we were doing the breakdown. That's what I was saying. I've saw like, on different platforms, the video, like a list of, okay, these are the list of the black towns, whatever have you, that was lost. However, they didn't say like the estimated wealth that was lost today. And then I'm doing some that, quote unquote, melanin black communities, whatever, that is going through the same shit in the present. So it's like, oh man, god damn, man. Hey, what? Hey, what? How does the song go? I'm your mama, I'm your daddy, I'm the nigga in the alley, I'm your brother, can't you see? Your main boy, you agree? I'm your pusher, man. God damn, man. Let's make them overall, economically, basically inferior bunch. Basically, most of all whittled down consumers. Some of these people land, it was somebody great grand, whoever, great uncle or whoever, you know what I'm saying? And then, like they said, it forced them into poverty. They forcing them out. So it's like, it's just a mind fuck manipulation. I mean, yeah, the reparations, but what about the back pay for all of these black towns that were flooded, that y'all just made into basically a bit, like I told you, man, it's like the equivalent of a child, and they just got like the sandbox and shit, or something like that, or the playground or something, and they just can move the toys any way or any type of way. It's just a playground, you know what I'm saying, to them. So it's just So you know, overall, melanin, indigenous, etc., black people or indigenous people that originally from here, whatever have you, they didn't just come from a bunch of slaves and lazy people and different things of that nature. If that is the story that's predominantly pushed, most were undermined, sabotage. You know what I mean? Different things went on because a lot of them know, but it's just knowing the amounts of wealth, especially in Seneca Village, and you know what I'm saying, just knowing just the amounts of wealth, and where it could be, like, it's like they're saying, it could be hubs for more generational wealth, and all it would do is just improve the environment. And but then again, it wouldn't be at this, from what's being presented, it wouldn't be European or white, European toys, or like just lakes, fam. Like, it's just, oh man, you got some of those facilities or schools teaching children about these goddamn lakes and all of that shit. And what do they say? It's incidents. Because how you think you talking about answers at work? How you think you're gonna flood mad people, right, in multiple areas, right? You gonna undermine them, right, in multiple areas, right? And then you think it's just gonna be like, you think you just gonna be fishing and chilling and everybody, and it's just gonna be a fun, good time all the time, man. Damn. Legal manipulation. Governments and business use legal loopholes to take black land without outright violence. Eminent domain, claiming land for quote unquote public good, highways and parks. I mean, do you see this shit, fam? Huh? Has property laws. If a black family doesn't have clear deeds, so for people that's getting these lands, and you know what I'm saying, however you doing that, just make sure, and with the type of oh man, the type of finessage, if we want to say that, you know what I'm saying, I mean, level of advancement that it is. I mean, just do what you can to just make sure the deed is whatever happens, fam. Alright, air property laws. If a black family doesn't have clear deeds, make sure that shit is clear if you're getting land now or deciding to. The government or developers can claim the land. Rising property taxes. So it's just any type of way we got to get you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, god damn, we gotta stop you from fucking thriving. Then we gotta resell and repackage that you a lazy bunch. You know what I'm saying? Dot. You feel what I'm saying? Intellectually inferior, whatever have you. Whatever. You see what I'm saying? Oh man, create psychological bullshit amongst each other, amongst the group, you know what I'm saying, and then make them fight each other and shit because of motherfuckers like, oh, the money is lack of money, man. All of these Man, that's something else. It's just something else, man. Rising property taxes, gentrification raises costs, forming long time forcing long-time black residents out. Example, Gullah/Geechee communities, many families lost land due to Harris property laws, systematic erasure, erasure, systematic erasure of black history. Once these black towns were destroyed, their history were buried, and many people that don't even know they existed, and many people today don't even know they existed, and many people today don't even know they existed. Schools do not teach about these lost black towns, furthering the erasure, 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 erasure. So basically, error and eraser put together, like, you erasing the error, basically. Example, Lake Lanier, Georgia. Many people swim, and but you know what I'm saying? They just can't. They just go. I mean, just think about some shit like that, fam. Like just think about shit like that, right? You know what I mean? A person come and tell you, people, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Tell people something. And they come to you and say, man, yeah, man, we want to, they probably going to tell you a lie, but we're going to make a lake and shit, and lake and freeways, and, we just want to kind of get all of this land, you know what I mean, that's been passed down. Oh, man. Just so we can swim and shit, you know what I mean, and just so we can boat, and on a lake. Okay, many black people, Lake Lanier, Georgia, many black people swim and boat on a lake that covers an entire black town. I mean, how do you don't expect it to be incidents, fam? The vibration and the energy in water, however, is the water they bought. However, I know those energies ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? You're not burying that without recognizing its history. You see what I'm saying? Hold on. Long-term impact. Black families lost trillions. Trillion. Trillion. Say it with me. Trillions in generational wealth. Trillions. Because motherfuckers want you to just to need them so fucking. But you talking about want you to need them so bad. You talking about going to any depths to make you need them so fucking bad, man. So you can be on fucking Section 8 and shit and whatever other shit. Man. That's something else, man. That is something else right there, man. Damn. Many descendants of these towns were forced into poverty, segregation, and second-class citizenship. Black or melanin, indigenous, etc. communities are still fighting for justice, land, reparations, and historical recognition, man. And it's just a fucking what? Circus, like the Roman circus. That's a whole nother lie. We'll do a live on that shit. See, that's why they wanted to make black people just want to do games and have fun all the time, because these motherfuckers taking trillions of dollars in wealth, or trillions of whatever in area land, whatever in wealth, just to fucking build, just to basically build a pool. I mean, let's just say it in a simpler way, just to build a fucking pool type shit. Many of the lakes and areas that were created by flooding black towns have a history of mysterious accidents, drownings, and strange occurrences. Some of the most well-known cases include Lake Lanier, Georgia, formerly Oscarville. High number of deaths, or losses, or whatever have you. Lake Lanier is one of the deadliest. Lake Lanier, and some people know this, a lot of people don't. Lake Lanier is one of the deadliest lakes in the U.S. with hundreds of unexplained drownings. Oh, it's explained. It's explainable. It's explainable. I mean, I ain't laughing because it's funny, but I'm laughing because the ancestors, it's like goddamn. It's explainable. It's explainable, fam. Come on, man. You talking about you drown hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of whatever have you, melanin, indigenous, black, whatever have you, beings and etc. You displaced them, etc. Man, you forcefully got them out of there. And then the ones that didn't get out of there, what you mean? You think you just about to be swimming and everybody gonna just be cool and it's just gonna be, we just straight, we good. You gonna do that level of what my people would say, in the national people said the fuckery. You would do that level of fuckery, and you think you just gonna skip and just boat and shit. Oh man. Lake Lanier is one of the deadliest lakes in the U.S. with hundreds of unexplained drownings. Yeah. Boating accidents and missing person cases. Now, man, listen, imagine what some of these beings are seeing. Imagine, how you see the movie and you flash and you see, they seeing all that shit. They seeing all that shit, fam. Especially if you are attached to any type of DNA, or DNA, or any type of attachment to any, any of the people that was part of that shit. You feel me? Or even if you wasn't attached to that shit, man, come on, man. Goddamn. Over 700 deaths, over 700 losses, deaths, etc. have been recorded since the lake's creation in 19. That means that means it immediately. You talking about some karma. You talking about some fucking universal principles, and you talking about some immediate karma, huh? It said over. So they done lost count. Over 700 deaths have been, or losses recorded since the lake's creation in 1956. That means the fam, or the distant fam, or the cousins, or the distant relatives, or the whatever, the ancestors, listen. You better stay your ass the fuck up out of there. Over 700, man, you better get the fuck up out of there. There ain't no damn coincidence. That's some hell of a coincidence. Look, unusual occurrences. Many swimmers claim to feel like they're being pulled under. What you feeling like? You being done what? You feel like what? Huh? You feel like you're wide. See this right here? See, this is what I'm saying. Man, woo, woo. Come on. Come on, man. This what happen when you do fucked up shit. I'm talking about low down fucked up shit. And now some of these people are unfortunately collateral damage. However, we know these beings that did this shit and built this bullshit, this man-made lake shit and this highway shit and freeway pollution ass shit, all this shit. Man, and you just thought you were just gonna be swimming and chilling and shit, ain't it, man? Many swimmers claim to feel like they're being pulled underwater by unseen forces. By unseen forces. Boaters have reported ghostly figures walking on the your goddamn what you I was just saying, what you thinking? What you thought you doing? Man. That's the truth. We don't die, we don't multiply. And I'm gonna tell you right now, until you get rid of that lake, fam, until you do right by me, ain't it, man? Cause man, listen, B. Hey, go ahead and keep on playing over there in that lake over there, man. Whoever. Man, it says boaters have reported ghostly figures walking on the water or appearing on their boats. I'm gonna just get on your boat. This is what the fuck. This is what they're saying. This is what the fuck you fucked us over, or whatever variety of shit they saying. You fucked us over for this shit. This is what you fucked us over for. Some divers say they've been intact. They've seen intact structures and tombstones beneath the water. Possible reasons for the death or the losses. When the lake was created, homes, churches, and even cemeteries were left intact underwater. So this is what you feeling pulling you, huh? What you mean? What you feeling pulling you? So they ancestors pissed the fuck off, ain't it, man? Huh? The uneven lake bottom debris and tree stumps make it more dangerous for swimmers and boaters. That's very fucking interesting, man. Lake Martin, Alabama. Coagula and Titus unexplained boating incidents. Created in the 1920s by flooding two black communities. Locals claim that boating accidents or incidents happen frequently near the areas where black churches and homes once stood. You talking about the big payback, man? You talking about the big fucking payback, man. Some people report strange sounds coming from the water at night. Yeah. Get the fuck out. Yeah, get the fuck out. Lake Norman, NC, North Carolina, mysterious drownings. Flooded in the 1960s, covering black-owned farmland and burial sites. So it was already their ancestors that they was, there was burial sites. So they did everything legally, more than likely. And so again, so that's like multiple dimensions of anger. You see what I'm saying? Coming from under, or if you want to say under the water, whatever. It's just another portal in dimension, but you know what I mean? You gonna stay with the simple suspension, you know what I mean? Or, dimension or whatever. You gonna stay with the simple stuff, analysis. You flooding farmland, burial sites, businesses, church, you know what I mean? You flooding all this shit, and more than likely, most people couldn't get out. Nowadays, they setting fires to shit, random areas, etc. Hold on, let me take a quick commercial break, y'all. Reality of what this place is. You want to talk about advanced galactic levels of narcissism and undermining and just, oh man, fam, like, and just, I'm gonna make you depend on me. I'm gonna make not just you, I'm gonna make generations of you. You see what I'm saying? Many fishermen and divers claim to see structures beneath the water. No fucking shit. You know what I mean? The lake has had a high rate of boating accidents and drownings, often with victims disappearing without a trace. That means they just yapping. They just snatching you. You feel me? So this is the shit I'm saying. Like, how you think you just gonna have, and then you look, watch this. The people that did the fuck shit got generations of them up. You get what I'm saying? They were producing too. You see what I'm saying? For the most part. You see what I mean? So they, what? Oh man, fam. And think about the quote unquote black servants and all this other shit. And oh man. Well, hey man. You keep fucking around, you obviously are gonna find the fuck out. And you just thought what? You just thought you were just gonna get rid of thousands of people and thousands, you know what I mean? Just to build a fucking lake to just fucking just swim and boat and shit. Just out of all the fucking landmass, all of the areas, I'm pretty sure it's mad land in all of these fucking areas. They got water nearby that bitch. Or they could have just built that bitch somewhere the fuck else. Nah. Nah, we gotta have your shit in this area. We got to put our fucking sports fucking arena, our fucking and so we can make you consume a bunch of bullshit. You hear me? Oh man, a bunch of fucking pollution ass freeways and all this shit. Parks. Basically, a play. They want the motherfuckers as a playground. All of this fucking landmass, B. All this fucking land, even back whenever these eras were, all of the fucking landmass then. And water didn't go no fucking where. And as we see these, or hearing, or presenting, these motherfuckers can just build the you know. And the more recent, the 97 families, they fucking with them. It's like, what the fuck? And I understand what the fuck, but it's like, what the fuck? When the fuck is the shit gonna give? Most people don't go get this type of shit. Don't go get this type of whatever in-depth detail analysis and shit like this. Because other groups, Chinese, whoever, they thinking motherfuckers was just slaves and niggas was just lazy. Probably most. You feel me? Probably most. That's why some expats or people that travel to different Africa or different places, they might have some situation or motherfuckers think it's like they're seeing you as like some instances, yeah, they are worshiping or whatever, but some instances you have a situation. Hold on. Lake Murray, South Carolina, quote unquote ghost town underwater. In the 1930s, the U.S. government flooded several. So that means we don't even know the number of them bitches, ain't it, man? Huh? God damn. You talking about I want you to just depend completely on if that shit ain't to this type of level. Oh man, you talking about some did men just want to control? Man, look, you talking about control issues, you talking about god damn superiority complex, god damn, woo, man. These motherfuckers, the same motherfuckers that got people, and now look, now they sick of motherfuckers. Watch that. Ain't that some shit? The dis-ease them, they, those created, right? Through this fucking crippling of wealth. Let's just leave it like simple like that. Trillions of fucking dollars, not no little bit of ass money. Generations that could have been repopulating, huh? To repackage melanin, black, indigenous, as whatever that most beings in other groups look at us as. You feel me? The stereotype or the stigma. You feel me? What they say, the stigma comes with being what? Black or melanated, indigenous, whatever. Or with having locks or having side, you know. You, them, they, those motherfuckers. You on land of angry ancestors, man. What the fuck you talking about? You on land of angry. I'm talking, and then you talk about on burial. So I'm pretty sure they again was whatever, doing whatever their rituals of the whatever ascension. You feel what I'm saying? Burials or whatever. And so you talking about multiple dimensions of anger. Yes, you're gonna have weather malfunction. Well, of course they do the patents and all that shit. However, when we talking about the natural, uh, the natural eruptions and different things before they got into the technologies and the patents and the cloud seeding and all this other shit. You feel me? 1930s. Them people flooded several black and indigenous settlements, whatever one you wanted, to create Lake Murray, just to create a fucking lake, son. Huh? I mean, I hope these other groups of people that's like may not be around, whatever. However, you enjoying the fuck, you're enjoying the spoils of fuck shit. You hear me? You going fishing, you doing they doing their festivals, you man, that shit crazy. Some black residents were forcefully removed, while others drowned in the flooding process. So what the fuck do you mean? It feels like somebody is fucking pulling you under. What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, people that reported seeing them on the boat, walking on the water. What you mean? Yeah. Motherfucker, this is what the fuss was all about. This is what all of the sabotage was all the fuck about. For you to fucking make a fucking area with water. That's it? Man. And so when I be saying about the reparations, they aren't going to be able to pay you because, first of all, most people already know that it's not mineral back. However, they aren't going to be able to pay you the fuck enough. Especially if you attach to the indigenous. However, they aren't going to be able to pay you the fuck enough. And we not even talking about the Gates dude, how much land he done bought from, man, this is something else. Some residents were forcefully removed while others drowned in the flooding process. So imagine these motherfuckers behind the scenes planning this shit. Huh? But imagine how fucked up overall. Like when motherfuckers say you don't have no soul, certain motherfuckers don't have no soul, certain motherfuckers have no spirit. Them motherfuckers is whatever. Imagine the motherfucker, wherever they was at, the back room, wherever the shit was at, wherever the boardroom was, planning that shit, B. Many visitors report seeing ghostly figures on the shoreline or hearing voices from beneath the water. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Man, you talking about crippling not just no one family, not just me and mine. You talking about if you want to man, mm, 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 mm. That is something else. That's something else. All right, Mississippi River and Vanport, Oregon. Bodies that resurface. What he say? What you say? Bodies that resurface. Hmm? Huh? Ain't no sky daddies. This is no. Man, you talking about some way back shit, man. Hmm? After Vanport was destroyed by flooding in 1948, many black residents were swept away and never recovered. Decades later, what happened? Come on. Decades later, construction crews still find skeletons and artifacts from Vanport buried in the riverbanks. Some locals believe the river is, quote unquote, spitting back the history that was erased. They probably throwing shit at you like if we could hit you with this shit. You know what I mean? The water slowing this shit down. If we could just hit you with this shit, whoever it is, they don't give a fuck. I mean, think about how far back that is to now. Like, hey, you a construction? You just happen to be the construction worker for the company that's doing the fuck shit. Oh, hey, my bad. You just gotta get it. Whoever's there, you feel what I mean? Damn, that's bananas, man. For you to do just to go these lengths. Decades later, oh no, let me see. Are these incidents coincidence? Are these accidents or just coincidence? While some losses or deaths or whatever can be explained by underwater hazards, many people believe they know that these lakes are haunted by the spirits of those who were wronged. Many of these lakes have far higher drowning rates. I mean, yeah, far higher drowning rates than other similar lakes. The fact that they were built over black towns and burial sites. That's what I'm saying. So imagine the ones that was doing voodoo, honoring their ancestors, had them right there in the backyard or whatever. Yo, it's multi-dimensional fucking anger. Like, yeah, you got the physical, a few physical, but man, come on, man, that's something else, people. The fact that they were built over black towns and burial sites makes the eerie stories even more significant. Okay. To estimate, we want to wrap it up. To estimate the combined wealth lost due to the flooding and displacement of black towns, we need to consider what we need to consider. Several factors like land value, business losses, and the compounding effects of generational wealth that was never allowed to accumulate. Ain't it, man? Ain't it, man? We got to consider all that. Here's an approximate, and the reason why I'm doing this is because they fucking with people that's doing the same, wanting to do the da 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 da, the generational wealth, the coming together, the da 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 da. It's people that's doing it. We see the 97, the 97 families. I literally saw them do the interviews, saw them do podcasts. That's why you don't say shit. You don't say nothing. Even though, yes, I know they still gonna have the paperwork, but you just don't broadcast shit. It's unfortunate. Damn. Because from this track record, you just get your piece of whatever. If it's gonna be over here in this landmass, do not just stop. Do what you want to do, but from the way these records, you know what I mean, are speaking, you figure deal me. It's like, be really ready for that action is all I'm saying. Because here's an approximate breakdown of the wealth loss from the towns and areas discussed. Lake Lanier, Georgia, formerly Oscarville. Land value loss. The land submerged under Lake Lanier, if it had remained in black ownership, would likely be worth $1 billion today. $1 billion. Considering the lakefront properties around, so we doing a quick wrap up and review at the same time. Around it now sell for $500K to $2 million per home. Business losses. If we estimate 100 black families had thriving businesses in Oscarville, their combined wealth could be worth $50 million or more today. Generational wealth loss. If each of the original families had their properties worth $10K in 1912 and it grew 7%, each family's land will be worth $10 million, over $10 million today a piece. For 500 families, this is equivalent to $5 billion in potential wealth loss. $5 billion. Like, do people cover this, or do we just be saying, oh, the black towns, you know, it was thriving? But do we really know how much, the devastation of this shit? You feel what I mean? Just for motherfuckers to do boating activities be, and just to be swimming and shit. Oh, my bad. They wanted to put beachfront. My bad. They wanted to replace the properties that was already there with they. I guess. Okay. Estimated total wealth lost from Lake Lanier, $6 billion to $7 billion. Huh? Seneca Village, NY. Now Central Park. So everybody say, let's do a walk in the park. Shit. What you mean, the black town? Hey, I mean, you better see the history of these bullshit ass goddamn in park time dates and ice cream dates and exercising at the park and all that shit. Man, this some bull ass shit. Let's take a long walk in the park. Fuck out of here. Seneca Village, NY. Now Central Park. Land value loss. Seneca Village was located in what is now Central Park West, one of the most valuable areas in NY. The land would be worth billions. This is multiple areas. This is multiple areas. For simplicity, if we assume, and we just assuming, because we know it's more. If we assume 200 families were displaced, just 200, and each family could have owned a modest half-acre lot, just a half-acre, worth about 10 million today, a pop, that totals 2 billion. Business losses. Seneca Village had businesses, schools, churches, assuming, and now what do they use these damn churches for now? Oh man, god damn, fam. They just use these churches for indoctrination centers and pimp centers. God damn. Alright, where we at? Where the fuck we at? Assuming 100 businesses, just assuming, because we know it was probably more than likely more, were lost, each valued at 500K today. That's 50 million in lost wealth. Generational wealth loss. If the land's value compounded just 7% since 1855, so this was way before the 1900s. They just going way back. They just keep going back, ain't it, man? They've just been fucking with melanin, indigenous, black, whatever you fucking want to say you are, since way fucking, what they say, we gonna take you way back. Way fucking back. Huh? Well, cosmic, how were people, black people or indigenous people, made obsolete? How were they made financially? Basically, we most of us, as a group, we're not competitors, and they're saying we're not producers. But god damn. 1855, with 200 families, the wealth today could easily reach over 40 billion in today's value. Estimated total wealth estimated loss from Seneca Village's 40 to 50 billion. Huh? Vanport, Oregon. Land value loss. Vanport was flooded in 1948, and this land is now part of North Portland. Real estate in the area today is between 500K to $1 million per home. If 2,000 families had remained in Vanport and accumulated wealth through home ownership and businesses, the total land value could be worth 1 billion to 2 billion today. Business losses. Vanport had black-owned businesses, schools, community institutions. If 500 businesses lost today could have been, it says, if 500 businesses lost today could have been worth 50 million in today's terms. Generational wealth loss for 2,000 families, each with the wealth to 7% from the time of Vanport's flooding. The wealth could easily reach over 5 billion today. Estimated total wealth loss from Vanport, Oregon, 6 billion to 7 billion. Like just tally all this math up. Tally all this math up. What trillions are you at? You know what I mean? And they doing some light estimation type shit. You know what I mean? Mossville, Louisiana. Land value loss. Mossville was once a self-sufficient black community before its land was overtaken by petrochemical plants. The area today is highly industrialized, and the value of the land that was taken could be worth hundreds of millions today. Business losses. Mossville residents ran businesses and farms and had their own food systems and businesses, that would have appreciated in value, considering the 500 families who were displaced. The value of these businesses could easily be 50 million today. Generational wealth loss. If each of the 500 families had maintained ownership, their wealth could have appreciated over time to 100 million or more, giving a total of 50 billion loss in generational wealth. Estimated total loss. The estimated total loss. For Mossville, 200 million to 1 billion. Gullah Geechee lands, coastal South Carolina and Georgia, coastal South Carolina and Georgia. Lost land values. Gullah Geechee people own large portions of coastal land that are now invaluable due to their prime location. If the land had remained intact and been passed down, it could be worth billions today. When you say look forward and be visionary, you gotta look down, you gotta invest in something early and see down the road type shit. Business losses. Gullah Geechee communities were self-sufficient with farming, fishing, and small businesses. The wealth lost from land and businesses could be easily 5 million to 1 billion today. Generational wealth loss. Gullah Geechee people have been unable to build wealth despite owning some of the most fertile land in the U.S. If each family could have kept their land, their wealth could have compounded over multiple generations, totaling several $billion in lost wealth. Estimated total wealth loss from Gullah Geechee lands, 1 billion to 5 billion. The Hill District, Pittsburgh, gentrification and displacement, lost value, land lost value, land value loss. The Hill District was once a thriving cultural and economic hub. Today, the area is being gentrified. But today, that means it is still going on with property values skyrocketing. This is the process of getting them the fuck up out of there. Come on now. They just running the same fucking play, the same pimp finesse moves and shit. The same shit. If the entire district had remained black owned, its total value could be in the billions today. I mean, we just billions and billions and billions, ain't it, man? Business losses. The Hill District had hundreds of businesses that were destroyed or displaced due to urban renewal. The total lost business wealth could be in the tens of millions. Generational wealth loss. If the Hill District had been preserved and developed as a black economic center, wealth could have been compounded over generations to 1 billion or more. Estimated total wealth loss from the Hill District, 1 billion to 5 billion. Combined total wealth loss, 60 billion to 120 billion plus. This estimate takes into account both historical land values and the impact of the compounded generational wealth, which was lost when these towns and communities were displaced or erased. The wealth lost from real estate, businesses, and missed opportunities over generations is staggering. And this figure doesn't even fully capture the cultural, historical, and personal losses sustained by the descendants of these communities. Ain't this some shit? So, all right, y'all. We'll see y'all on the next show. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace, share, subscribe. We out.